What's up, YouTube? I got a video here today on the Benchmade Model 51 Morpho. I've had this knife for a few weeks now. I've flipped it a bunch, carried it almost every day since I've had it. I ordered it from Blade HQ. Believe it ran like $276 and some change, which is very expensive. But I do enjoy it quite a bit. And getting into the knife a little bit here, you can see it's got, let me see if I can't really see the very clear right now, but it has G10 handle scales, and titanium liners that are anodized blue. It does have removable hardware. There we go, that's better. It's got removable hardware. You can kind of see the texture on that G10 there. It does have a spring latch, which I love. One thing about it though is it does wear the anodization off of your liners there, where it like clips in. Anodized titanium pocket clip, stainless steel spacers with a little bit of jimping on them. Very great. They're good for grip when you're flipping it, and they're also good for engaging and disengaging the latch. Onto the blade. Sorry, I can't flip it a bunch because I'm super close to the desk here. But it is a D2 tool steel blade. It comes, let me see if I can get decent detail on this, with kind of like a half-ass stonewash on it, which I think it looks good, but you know, for the price, they could have like maybe finished the stonewash, because you can still see grind marks through the stonewash. Pretty good. But it is a very rock solid blade, and it's going to stay sharp for a long time. It comes very sharp. If you're not good at sharpening knives, I might recommend staying away from D2, because it is very hard. A little bit more difficult to sharpen. Let's see, it is a spear point style blade, which I love. Really love the style of it. I think it, just between the handles and the blade shape, you know, the curvature of the handles are just great for actually using the knife, and flips buttery smooth. It's very light. It's super light, which I actually kind of like more for flipping than some of my older Balisongs that are super heavy and cheap. Oh, back to the knife here though. It's got a rounded spine, which just adds to the flippability of it. I mean, this thing is just awesome, silky smooth. You know, you could flip this for hours, and because it has the rounded spine, it just doesn't hurt your fingers. It's a dream to flip, really. Let's see. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, but the pocket clip is a little loose. When it came, it was not loose. So that could just be for me taking it in and out of my pocket, and it kind of catching on some of the thicker fabric of my pockets. But it's still not going to move around on you. It's not going to fall out, so nothing to worry about there. Let's see if I flip it over here. You can see D2 tool steel, Benchmade USA, which I like it. Little corrosion prone, but we don't have big corrosion problems here. Would definitely recommend a light coat of oil on your blade, and keep light coat of oil on there, because when I took it out of the box, I did notice a little bit of corrosion. I got it cleaned up on the back side here by the Zen pins, but not too big a deal. It is a very pricey knife, but for anybody who's into Balisongs, you'll know that Balisongs are pricey anyways. Overall, though, I'd definitely recommend it if you're into flipping. I know there's so many options. If you're going to start spending this kind of money on a Balisong, you get Blade Runner systems, you get a Microtech. It just comes down to preference. I do kind of like the Taken 2s, or 3s now quite a bit. Almost got one of them instead, but I've had this 940 for a long time. You know, at least a year now, maybe even 2, I can't remember. I've loved it. It's got the S30 VN blade, and just a big fan of Benchmade, so I decided to go with another Benchmade. Overall, would definitely recommend it though. So, if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching.